Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas. And we're back with another K-drama, and I'm back with my good friend Caitlin from NoSleep4Dramas Podcast and Blog. How are you, Caitlin?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Good. We've been chatting for about 40 minutes before we started recording. So we are all warmed up here. Caitlin, you haven't been on like just you without Drama Trio since Flower of Evil.
Yep.
It has been a really long time since I've had you on. And this is the funniest thing, but this episode is on Stranger, which is something that we discussed on one of the Drama Trio episodes. And I was like, would you be willing to come on? I've never seen it. Would you be willing to come on? And you were like, hell yeah. Like, absolutely.
Right.
I'd rewatch it like the whole bit. And I was like, okay, cool. I had such high like aspirations of watching both seasons of Stranger and reviewing both seasons on this episode. Girl, that didn't happen. We're just gonna do season one. We're just gonna review season one because your girl got busy. I watched 10 episodes of another show, and then that recording got pushed back, so that ate into my time. And then just life happened, so it just didn't happen. I got 30 minutes into episode 1 of season 2. So we're just going to review Stranger season 1. So before we do, if this is your first time listening, thank you. Go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you like us, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts. Come and check us out on social media to stay up to date on our latest episodes and reviews. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Daebak Pod. And lastly, if you are a fan, please consider becoming a patron. It is such a great way for you to get involved and show your support. You can check out the page on patreon.com/alwayscriticpod. And thank you to our patrons, Janet, Curtis, Bale, CD, Alana, Grace, Lorna, Sammy, Caitlin, Julia, Michelle, Tenmei, Erin, Marta, and Delphia. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being patrons. Okay. So this is my drama list synopsis for season 1. Like I said, we are only going to cover season 1 of Stranger. There are 2 seasons out so far.
Don't worry, I'm making her watch season 2.
Yeah, because
we're gonna get there.
I told her, I was like, we have to circle back and do season 2. I really still want to watch season 2. So maybe for spooky season, we'll circle back and do season 2 of Stranger, because I'm not done with it. I really do want to finish it.
Apparently I'm doing the Lord's work. Because apparently I've had so many people since that Drama Trio episode where I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, me neither.
It was like a recommendation thing. It was like one of the it was like bring 10 dramas or something.
Was it the genre special?
I think maybe. Yeah. It probably is the genre.
Okay, yeah.
I've had so many people DM me and be like, I'm watching Stranger. I just finished season 1. How could they do this?
Oh my God.
I've had like 4 people message me since that episode. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for actually watching the show.
So I'm one of these people because I was so intrigued with your assessment of it and your synopsis of it. You really sold it on that Drama Trio episode. And I literally, you can hear it. Like, it's live on the show that we recorded. I was like, if I do it like for Daebak, would you come on? And you were like, tell me when, like, name the date. I'm there.
Right.
So this is it. Like, we're here finally. So I'll just go ahead and read the synopsis. We'll go through some behind the scenes people, and then we'll just talk about the show. I have to be upfront. I did not take a single freaking note on this show. I was just like in it. Okay. I was like immersed. All right. So here's a synopsis. Hwang Shimok underwent brain surgery as a child to curb his violent temper, which left him devoid of emotions. Hwang becomes a prosecutor known for his piercing intelligence. Or intellect, that's what I wanted to say, intellect and logic. But he is ostracized because he lacks empathy and social skills. He is also one of only a handful of upright prosecutors who have refused to take bribes. One day he encounters a stabbing victim. While investigating corruption, he meets Lieutenant Han Yo-jin at the crime scene. They join forces to root out corruption at the prosecutor's office and solve a serial murder case. Serial murder case. Okay. Not sure about that bit. All right. This aired.
It works out. It's literally, it's a basically serial murder case is like they have more than 3 murders. That's a serial murder case.
Okay. So this aired from June to July 2017. It is 16 episodes long, and it's directed by An Kil-ho. He really hasn't done anything much at all. Just things like The Glory, The Glory Part 1 and 2, Happiness, Record of Youth, Watcher, Memories of the Alhambra, Rooftop Prince, which I highly recommend Rooftop Prince. I don't know why, I just love that show. And it is written by Lee Soo-yeon, who was inspired by the Korean saying, "We cannot rule those who want nothing," to create the character of Shimok, which I thought was interesting. I'm not sure exactly what that means. You can muse about that if you like, Caitlin, but I think there might be something lost in translation. I truly do. She's had a pretty good run because she's done things like Life from 2018, which is a medical drama with Lee Dong-wook, and a ton of cast members from Stranger, including the male lead. She also wrote Stranger 2, the sequel, in 2020. And then she's been partnering with Disney lately because she's done Grid, a Disney Plus show from 2022 with Seo Kang-joon from Are You Human Too? And I thought, when I saw him, I was like, oh my God. And then Blood Free. She wrote Blood Free, which is currently airing on Disney Plus with Ju Ji-yoon and Han Hyo-joo.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The lone wolf, who you thought was a good collaborator because you didn't have the right candidate insights. But once you hired them, it was all hoarding info, declining meetings, and howling at the full moon? But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can go deeper than just the resume to find you a perfect fit. By using insights from the LinkedIn network to give you a short list of best fit candidates. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, oh yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
Yeah. Which is so good if you need a recommendation.
So you're watching it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm liking it a lot.
All right, bet. So this show, Stranger, stars Cho Seung-Woo. He plays Hwang Shimok. He's been in about 18 movies and a few TV shows like Divorce Attorney Shin. He is the divorce attorney Shin. He's also been in Sisyphus, The Myth, Stranger 2, the sequel, Life, like I said before, God's Gift, 14 Days, and The King's Doctor. This is my first time ever seeing this man.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen him
He's a good actor. Yeah. I watched Sisyphus. I don't recommend it. And it's not for the actors. The writing is horrible. Obviously Stranger 2. God's Gift I have watched, but I did not watch Life, and I have not watched The King's Doctor.
All right. And then his
I like him. He's good. He plays like it's like I think Stranger is my favorite character he has played.
Really? Okay.
But I have a soft spot for his like character. But he is a very versatile actor. Like he chooses roles that you would never picture him doing, and then he does the role, and you're like, oh, okay, I understand why he did this role. Because he's not like in my mind, he's not the typical Korean actor. Like, he doesn't have some, like, especially appearance wise, you look at him and you're like, it's an interesting look. Like, people don't
really,
I don't normally see people like talking about him a lot, especially when it comes to like, oh, he's a good looking guy. I think he's a good looking guy, but he doesn't come up in those types of lists.
Okay, I was about to slide in and be like, he's super handsome. I find him
handsome.
I know. Yeah, okay.
He's very handsome. And I don't know. I never
that's a
see him in
man.
those types of lists.
I think he's
I never
very
see him
manly.
in those type of lists. Yeah. But I think he's a very versatile actor. He chooses roles that you normally wouldn't think he could do or like picture him doing, and then he does them, and he does them really, really good. So I love him as an actor. I wish he would do more, but he's a very much a movie actor. Like,
yes.
he does a lot of movies.
Yeah. So then his co-star is Bae Doona. That Bae Doona. She plays Han Yo-jin, the cop. She is the Watson to his Sherlock in this show. And she's been in about 21-ish movies, including a lot that is in our side of the world. You know, like Rebel Moon Parts 1 and 2, which are terrible movies.
She's good in them, though. Apparently, I haven't seen them, but
I
she's
haven't.
good,
I refuse. So she's also a little about me. She's also been in Broker from 2022 with IU. She's worked with that director before in something about a doll. It's like a air doll, I think is the name of the movie that she was in. Anyway, she's worked with that director before, the director of Broker. She's been in Persona, also with IU. I don't know if you've seen Persona. Persona's bizarre.
I did.
Okay.
It is bizarre, but I have seen it.
Okay,
yes.
me too. It's on Netflix.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Tunnel from 2016. I really want to see Tunnel.
Really good.
Oh,
it's really good.
yeah. Jupiter Ascending.
It's heartbreaking, but it's good.
Oh no! Don't tell me Tunnel's heartbreaking.
Well, I mean, like I wouldn't.
The
say
premise
it's
already
like
sounds heartbreaking.
Yeah. It's like in terms of like just because of the premise, it's like a very intense, heartbreaking show. Okay. But like,
well,
yeah,
Tunnel the movie.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah,
from 2016. So for those who don't know what Tunnel is about, I read the synopsis and I was like, I definitely need to see this movie. It is this man who is on his way to his daughter's birthday party to celebrate his daughter's birthday. He's got nobody else in the car with him, and he's got he's bringing his daughter's birthday cake with him. A tragic tunnel collapse happens while he's driving through the tunnel, and when he wakes up from this collapse, he's stuck inside his car with nothing but 2 bottles of water and the cake.
Yeah.
And like
Bae Doona's
that's the
his
setup.
Wife. Yeah, and Bae Doona plays his wife. Or ex-wife. I want to say they were divorced. Or separated. I don't think they were like happily married, but I could be wrong. I haven't watched the movie in a very long time.
I really want to see it. So that's 2016.
It's
Jupiter
good.
Ascending, which is one of the worst movies ever made. Cloud Atlas, one of the strangest movies ever made. That's with Tom Hanks, Hugo Weaving, Halle Berry. Big all-star cast. Super weird. The Host from 2006. That's Bong Joon-ho. Like, amazing movie. Amazing monster movie. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance from 2002. Bae Doona almost doesn't even look like herself because she's so young. This is like over 20 years old, 2002. This is a Park Chan-wook movie. It's part of the Vengeance trilogy. I covered it on the Patreon feed last year during was it last year or the year before? I can't remember, because I watched all 3 movies in the Vengeance trilogy, so that put me in a real bad mental place. but I did it. Anyway, so that's her movie work, and then she's also been in a handful of TV, not as much TV as she has done movie work, but she's done Sense8 from 2015 to 2018. She was a recurring character, like she was on this show.
Yeah, she was
Sense8.
fantastic. And Seung-Woo was also in that show. Which that's where I first saw her. I first saw her in Sense8.
Right.
Which their chemistry, I need them in a Korean drama together. God. Like, their chemistry is so good in that show.
Oh, my Lanta. So Sense8, that was a real big hit for Netflix, and that's why she's in so many Netflix movies and so many Netflix shows, including Kingdom, which was in 2019, and season 2 aired in 2020. Kingdom is one of the best K-dramas ever. This was right at the start of when Netflix was investing in K-dramas, right?
Yep.
And Bae Doona was like a Netflix darling from Sense8. And Kingdom is a zombie show of epic proportions. It is so good. Ji Ji-eun is in it as well. Stranger 2 comes along in 2020. The Silent Sea, which is also a Netflix sci-fi show, K-drama, not very good, but it's out there if you want to watch it.
It was
fine.
It wasn't like the best ever, but it was decent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then she will be in Family Plan later this year. I don't know what that's about at all, but
I want to say it's another like family of superheroes, but I could be wrong.
Is it really?
I want to say it is. But I could be
that
wrong.
sounds familiar when they were announcing like the cast and Doona was in it. I think it is like a superhero thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these two are the main cast.
I've seen most of what Doona has done.
Same.
I love her.
I feel like I've seen a lot of her too.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a bad actress at all. I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
And obviously she started as a model, kind of branched out and made her name doing these movies like for auteurs, right? The Park Chan-wook and the Bong Joon-ho movies, and I forgot the name of the director of Broker, but like that director too. These 3 movies kind of put her on the map.
Right. Yeah.
And since then, she's been a staple of Western and Korean media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she was like one of the first, even though I had been watching Korean dramas years before she ever came onto the scene, she was like one of the real first Korean actors that I witnessed in American entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays you kind of see them pop up, like Kim Ji-hoon is going to join Butterfly, for example. But like back then when Sense8 was happening, that did not happen. That did not happen. Especially because...
Who do we have? Like Daniel Day Kim in Lost?
Yeah, and the thing is... like, and that was even like Korean American. Like the fact they brought over Korean
was atrocious.
Yeah.
Like when he spoke Korean on Lost.
Yeah. The fact that they brought over... like in Sense8 it made sense because it did take place in Korea. Like they had to find Korean actors. But like that was unheard of. Usually you'd see like Asian Americans. Like they sometimes even didn't use the right ethnicity when they were using Asians in American shows. Like, so her being on Sense8 and Seung-Woo is also and like that was like my first exposure of like Korean actors in an American show or movie.
Yeah.
And not just in Korean productions.
Yeah. So already big cast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go into everybody else that's in this show. Maybe Shin Hye-sun, who plays Eunsu. You've seen her before. I don't have her filmography in front of me. Lee Kyung as well is also in this. I always consider him as Looney from Prison Playbook. That's how I remember
Shin
him.
was in like My 18th Life, for example.
Yeah, See You in My 19th Life.
19th Life, yeah. See You in My 19th Life.
Thank you for jogging my memory. See You in My 19th Life.
Mr. Queen.
30 but 17, which is, I love that show. So those are some shows from her. And so there's some other people in the show as well, but large cast, ensemble cast. But those two, Cho Seung-Woo and Doona, are it. Like they are the top billing of this show. This show did very, very well, not just in ratings but also critically. It did amazing. It was making top lists on like New York Times like best shows of 2017.
I remember seeing that. Like I remember seeing that list.
Yeah.
And when they put that out, because this is a 2017 show, like it was their The Stranger was a picture on that article. It wasn't even like just like in the article. I was like, because my parents knew that I watched Korean dramas, they like pointed it out to me, and they're like, my dad's like, "Is this a good show?" And I'm like, "Is this a good show? Are you kidding me? It's in New York Times. Of course it's a good show." But like that was a big deal. That was like the first time I had ever witnessed a Korean drama in like the New York Times best of 2017 shows. Like nowadays you kind of see that more commonly. Like Kingdom was in it, and Extraordinary Attorney Woo was in it a couple years ago whenever that aired. But like that time was like the first time I had ever seen a Korean drama in that whole article. It was a big deal.
So this thing did really well at the Baeksang Awards, the 54th Baeksang Awards. And I am going to read to you all the things that it won and was nominated for. So it won, just clean sweep, the Daesang, the grand prize for TV, which is something that is not announced beforehand. They don't announce who they are thinking of nominate. They don't announce the nominees. They don't announce who they are considering for the Daesang until the night of, and they announce the winner. They're just like, this person, this team, this TV show, this film won the Daesang, which is incredible. Then later on, they release like who was in consideration and stuff like that, which is crazy. But Cho Seung-Woo, our male lead, won Best Actor cleanly, just won. Lee Soo-hyun, the screenwriter, won Best Screenplay. This is her debut work. This is her first K-drama she's ever written. She won the Best Screenplay at the Baeksang Awards. Incredible. This was not obviously nominated for Best Drama. It lost to Mother that year. Mm-hmm. It was An Gil-ho, the director, was nominated for Best Director. He lost to Kim Yoon-chol for The Lady in Dignity. And Lee Kyu-hyung, who is Looney from Prison Playbook, was nominated for Best New Actor. And he lost to Yang Se-jung for Temperature of Love. When I saw Temperature of Love and Yang Se-jung, I like had a little conniption there. I was like, oh my God, I fucking love that show. And I love Yang Se-jung in that show. So I was like, wow, he lost to like a good newcomer.
Right.
I just felt that it was warranted because this guy was good, but like not that. I mean, he was a male lead in Temperature of Love and stuff like that. He was just like a side character in Stranger. So anyway, I was reeling with that review. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway, nominated 8 times. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was everywhere.
1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, nominated a lot of times. I'm not sure if it was 8 times, but a lot of times.
Yeah, it was everywhere. Like it took it had ratings galore. Like there was a reason why they made season 2. Like everybody was really surprised when they announced season 2 for this show. I was not. I was like, dude, do you remember how popular this show was? Like it was a juggernaut in 2017. Like ratings were double digits all the time. It was obviously nominated a lot, got recognition in New York Times. Like that again, that never happened. So like everybody was like, why are they making a season 2? They never make season 2s. And I'm like, it makes sense for Stranger. They're making like a spin-off now this year. So like I totally am. This is going to be one of those shows that they're going to bring back every few years. Like, it's just built that way. Yeah. I would not be surprised if we get a season 3, in my opinion. Yeah, I was not surprised whatsoever they made a season 2. Everybody else was. I was like, it makes total sense.
Well, they built it, I think, to be a multi-season show.
They did. Yeah. And even season 2 ends up that way where they could easily do a season 3. Like, not even connected to either one of the other seasons. Not that season 2 is not really connected to season 1. But, like, they built it that way. It's kind of like Taxi Driver. Like, you can kind of just do a season every 3 years, every 4 years, whatever.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah. So, this was my first time watching Stranger. And my experience watching Stranger... Which, let me just, in case you've gone this far and you can't quite wrap your head around what it is. It is a crime thriller drama. There is no romance.
We want romance, but there's no romance.
We want romance, but there's no romance. Okay? That's what this is. So I went into this thinking I have pretty good judgment of characters and people, and I can figure out who the killer is and who the mastermind is because I just have watched a lot of media and can do this or whatever. Baby, I didn't know who was what was going on, who was the killer, who was the mastermind. Things were changing each episode, and you could only trust 2 people, and that was the 2 leads, Doona and Shimok, the male lead. I was riveted to the screen. I could not tear my eyes away. And it was right around episode 10 or 11 that I started getting real lost. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going. I literally was like, I have no idea what's going on, because they were doubling back on themselves, and they were people that they had sort of cleared from suspicion were back on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very cyclical. And
right.
If that's not your bag, if crime thrillers are not your bag, and rooting out corruption in the police force or the prosecution service is not your idea of a good time, I'm sorry, don't watch. But this was so exciting to watch, because I don't know how to put it, but it was very suspenseful. It was very Sherlocky, and
right.
I had a tremendous, I have crazy eyes right now. I do. Talking about this, I was sending Caitlin these crazy voice memos of like, I just got to this episode and this happened. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who to trust. I thought this person was good, but they're not. Like, I need help. Like, I was sending her really unhinged messages, and all that Caitlin would send back would be like, ha, 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 yeah, I told you it was crazy. Like, that's all there would be no help at all. She would just be like, yep, keep going.
Because I didn't want to say anything, because I'm afraid I would spoil it.
I had one guess. It was wrong. Like, it was I'm telling you, I was
very entertained.
Yeah, you were super entertained. And every time we would talk, you would just be like, oh my God. I would send you these crazy gifs of like screaming like things. And oh my God, it was such a bit of a haunted house thing where it's like you turn a corner and you didn't know what was there. And that is the best kind of plot, the best kind of writing, that it's not, you're not being taken for a ride in the wrong sense. You're being taken for a ride in the best sense.
Right. Yeah.
So I cannot recommend Stranger enough. I think it's a masterclass in telling a story and putting a lot of puzzle pieces in front of you, and the audience is still like, I don't know how to put this together.
Right. And that's what I loved about it, because again, I watch a ton of crime dramas, and so if I can predict the ending, I usually drop them, because I don't know, my mind works in a way. I'm not like boasting or anything. There's definitely a lot that I'm unpredictable, like I can't predict, but there are some where it's like I totally know where this is going, I'm not gonna watch it. Stranger was one of those where I had no idea what was going on. Both seasons. Like, I think the other thing that helps out this show, too, is, like, you have multiple mysteries that pop up. So it's not just one crime. In Stranger, you have murder, you have corruption, you have, like,
just sketchy people.
And, like, everything.
Like,
so,
this person's
and then everything
sketchy. What are they hiding? Like,
and everything's connected by the end, but like you have so much crime and so many threads going on. You can't predict it, and it's just masterfully woven together at the end. Yeah.
So I don't know how much else to say, because it will get into spoiler territory very quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't got any notes either. I just said it. I said at the top, like, I came in raw. Like, I don't have any notes. I didn't take anything down when I was watching this show. So I almost feel like we should just give our ratings, or maybe like, no, even like favorite scenes and stuff will get into
spoilers.
Yeah.
It would be spoilers. Yeah.
Maybe, is there a character that you really connected with?
I love Shimuk. Like,
he's
my favorite. I have a soft spot for like his type of character, where it's like the quiet type, the calculating type, the like observant type. Like I relate a lot to that type of character. So I immediately loved him out the get-go. And then also just because his character brings a comedy side to the show that like you never would have expected, just because his brain works differently, that he doesn't, and I said this in the drama trio, like he can't comprehend, like for example, we know all of Korea has these like society rules, how you have to be respectful to your elders and like respect the
authority
rules and authority and stuff. His
hierarchy.
mind can't comprehend that. Like he's like, why the heck are we following this? And so he has a lot of these scenes in both seasons where he's just like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to shake your hand because you're like my sunbae, or like, yeah, I should answer that question because you're my sunbae, but like, why am I answering this question?
Right.
Like and he brings he like in his own mind, like he doesn't see it as comedy. He's just like, it's a logical thinking of his brain. So then Doonah's like, you need, like she explains it, which is why it's the Sherlock Watson relationship. But yeah, I love his character, and then I love him and Doona like together. Like I love their relationship so much. But yeah, I absolutely love his character in this drama.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Hey guys, today I'm interviewing my cat about his Perfect Bistro food. Percy, you seem to be a big Perfect Bistro fan. Care to comment? Totally. What do you like about it? You love the high-quality ingredients? And the delicious flavors, of course. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Listen to Percy, guys. Visit perfectbistro.com to try it for your cat.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
I do too. I love them both. I loved Shimok so much. I thought he was very endearing, like considering the fact that he has very little empathy. He's not smiling. He's not laughing. He's not joking around with people. There's very little to latch onto. I found him incredibly endearing.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
I think
even
that goes to show of like Cho Seung-Woo's like acting and like how he portrayed the character, because even when you are playing a character with that type of like emotional block, you still latch on to something with that character,
right? Like there's
in
something
my opinion
there.
is hard to do.
Yeah. Like you can see him constantly working things out, and the gears turning constantly, and him questioning things and how to, like, the social situations thing is very comical at times, and then also very tense at times because it's suddenly very high in their society. It's very high stakes,
right?
Especially when you're dealing with corruption and the person that he's not shaking hands with, he's investigating and possibly could have done something very terrible,
right?
So then it becomes this whole like thing, right? Like it spirals out of control, his sort of withholding of respect in these situations. So you're kind of, it's in some instances you're like, oh, that's funny, like he didn't do this, and then others you're like, is he making a statement? Is he just being, you know, himself, or does he definitely doesn't trust it. He distrusts this person. So is he doing this on purpose? Like, is he trying to get a rise out of this person? So you're kind of like also coming across all of these reasons why he couldn't be doing these performative actions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to read the room and read it like he might.
Right.
So I really
and then it
enjoy
also
his
it's
character.
interesting to see where, like, even though he is not intentionally doing some of these social things, he just like realizes after the fact, like, oh, I should have done this, or oh, I need to do that. Like, what else makes him endearing is like he still has people that want to be his friend. Like, there's just something about his character, even within the show, that
He's
other
so
characters
good
still want
and
to
righteous.
know him. Yeah.
And commanding that people want to get to know him.
Yeah. Yeah. And support him.
And there's not much to get to know. And like,
exactly.
That's what's funny is that like there's not, it's very shallow water there. So
yeah. And it's not like people treat him as a child. Like that's not what we're saying either. It's like they very much understand he's adult. He doesn't act like a child or anything like that. But like there's just something, as I can't like really describe it anyway. There's something really endearing about him, even though.
But it's a strength,
it's
right?
A strength,
like it's not a weakness endearing, like you would think maybe in a child who's in very big situations like the ones in the show.
Right.
It's like a strength.
Yeah.
In the show.
Yeah.
And then Bae Doona, who I love. I've connected a lot with Bae Doona because she is led a lot by her feelings and emotions, but she's very calculating and observant as well. And I just loved how dogged she is.
Yeah.
In the pursuit of justice and in the pursuit of, criminals and things. She's running after people and like using judo on them and stuff. And I'm like, get it, girl. And I love how she has this very nuanced take, especially like towards the middle and like end of the show. She has this very nuanced take on good and bad because no one is all good and no one is all bad. We are all shades of gray. And she has this opinion that's like, all of us are none of us are good.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter like what we think that we're better than some of these criminals because we didn't murder someone or do this or that and the other, like we're not good either just because we didn't do this criminal thing. Like what makes us good? Are we better than them? Like just, she has this really cool ideology that because I took no notes and didn't get the actual quote, I'm paraphrasing, but I really appreciate her take and how she is basically like, look, we're all kind of sucky.
Right.
Let's just try and be a little better.
Yeah. But I think that's why she's drawn to Seung-Woo so much is because even though like he has this past where he wasn't very good, and that also still plays into that quote, currently when the show is, when he's an adult, he really is the epitome of a good, like, which is ironic because he's like doesn't understand the societal norms and everything, but he literally is the epitome of a good Korean citizen because he follows the rules and like
he's fair
and like doesn't take bribes. Like he's the best you could possibly be in that situation.
Which and not take bribes, that's like bare minimum.
Exactly.
Like bare minimum, don't take bribes.
Exactly.
If you're a prosecutor.
Like, you'll see in the show that he does, like there are things that he regrets and could have done better and could have done that, but like it's not like the bad type of thing that like you see other people do. So like it's really interesting just like Bae Doona having that mindset and then meeting Seung-Woo and is like, okay, like he's like the best example ever and he still has flaws, which we find out later on.
Yeah. They're both willing to call their colleagues out on their shit, which even today, if you were in a similar situation you're in the Justice Department.
Right.
Are you going to call out your colleagues who have seniority over you in a very hierarchical society? I don't know. Like that's
and who
tough.
And who like expect you to not call them out.
Right.
To have their back, to do the corrupt things they do to make sure the
reputation
of the entity as a whole stays intact.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
that's a major theme in this show.
Yes. Huge. And they both say, fuck that. Yes, I will. And it's amazing. You're taking, that's the ride. That's literally the whole show. Is them going to bat for truth and justice and the American way. I'm just kidding, not the American way, but you know what I'm saying. It's like just what is right,
right?
Period.
Yes.
And I really just enjoyed their camaraderie, their journey, how she softens him, how when they're in situations together, she kind of plays the good cop, and he, because he's so direct, plays the bad cop. Like he doesn't, like, because he has no filter, he has no like levels to things. It's just one tone the entire time. He inherently comes across as the bad cop. And then she can come in and sort of like finagle and charm her way into being the good cop and get different information or whatever.
Right.
So I love their dynamic together throughout the show. And them eating together is great because they, what is it? He doesn't like salty food. And he's constantly, and they don't say what it is until later in the show because they just show him like going to eat by himself, which again is very, he's an outcast in the prosecution service. Right. So he goes to eat by himself. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Everyone else gives a shit. He doesn't give a shit that he's eating by himself. And he's constantly putting water in his soup.
Yeah.
And you see him kind of going like, oh, like kind of having these reactions to the soup, to the food. And you're like, is it too hot? Like, is it, what is it? Is it too spicy? Like, what's going on? No, it's too salty.
Right.
And she understands him. Like, they go to eat at one of those tents. I forgot what they're called. But, like, the tents, the outdoor tents.
Right.
And he orders a soup. He does the same thing. And she's like, oh, it's too salty. And she understands him.
Yeah. Well, like, the other thing is she's the only one that allows him to eat. Like, that's also the running joke in both seasons is whereas, like, he goes to take a bite and like something happens.
He gets a call.
He gets a call, or like somebody walks in, or like
him.
Whatever. So like the only times you see him eat is if he's with her.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's great.
Or even like alone when he's in his apartment, you'd never see him eat ever in his apartment. So yeah, that's also like a running joke where he like has no time to eat ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I also like the dichotomy, like the juxtaposition of like his apartment is very sterile and there's no personality, but something about him and the way that he plays his character, Seung-Woo, is warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he treats people with a baseline respect.
Right. Yeah.
No matter their status.
Exactly.
And the personality that starts to inject itself into his home comes from her because of the little doodles that she gives him.
Right.
And instead of throwing them out, which you would expect this dude to just be like, okay, like she drew a brain and like this little bit is like my emotional capacity and this part is like my desire to finish the case and things like it was like this thing in the show, this moment in the show. For this one doodle, and you expect him to throw out these doodles which accumulate. Instead he saves them.
Yeah, because he looks annoyed when she gives these doodles to him. Yeah.
And later on in the show she's in his apartment and she sees them and she just like smiles to herself, and those moments are so cute and like establish this relationship between them. And it's those moments, those glimmers between them that you're like, why aren't they together?
Exactly.
That's what we mean. That's what we mean by there should be romance, but there isn't. There's literally no romance at all in this show. Is because they have such a connection.
Right. Yeah. That's
going
on 2 seasons. 2 seasons, no romance.
Going on 2 seasons. Oh God. 32 episodes.
Yeah, I honestly don't. I mean, knowing the character, like, you know, you can never comprehend romance, really. Like, it just won't. It wouldn't make sense. It really wouldn't.
No.
So I think like this relationship is pretty much as close of like quote unquote a romance you will get with his character. Like, he just cannot comprehend that at all because he's just too logical. So It wouldn't make sense if all of a sudden they started dating in like season 3 or something. It wouldn't make sense at all. But we can hope and pray that would happen and like look off into the distance and kind of look at him in an alternative world because they have such chemistry. Like their chemistry is so good. Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, I don't know if there's anything else we can talk about without getting into like true spoilers.
Right. Right.
Anyway, we did our best. What would you rate the show out of 5 soju bottles? I think 5. I know the answer. Yeah.
5. Like it's
rate
one of my favorite shows.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I would rate this 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
And the 0.5 is literally just because I have a pea brain and I was a little bit too lost in the last few episodes. Yeah. But I'm positive that if I rewatch the show, I would appreciate it even more.
That happened to me with season 2 because I rewatched season 2. And I rated it like a 9 when I first watched it. I still loved it, but it was really confusing when I first watched it. Because I was watching it as it aired. So I think it helped that I like was binging it this time. Mm-hmm. So I raised it to a 9.5 because I could appreciate the drama more. But
got you.
Yeah, I completely understand why this would be confusing. It is one of those dramas you have to really pay attention.
You have to
like
you cannot just put it in the background and expect to get it.
You have to pay attention. You can't look at your phone. Like you can't do anything. It's one of those. Even season 2 is the same way. Like you cannot. It's not one of those where you're half-assed watching it. You have to watch it to understand what's going on.
For sure. Okay, so those are our ratings. We're gonna get into spoilers right after this as much as I can. Again, I don't have a very good memory, and I was very confused for a little bit of the show, so we'll see. And I have no notes, so we'll see how much I can contribute to the spoiler section. But yeah, we're gonna do spoilers right after this.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
괜찮아.
You know, I have no 친구.
Oh, sorry.
Swear, disgusting shit.
What?
All right, we're on the other side of spoilers, so if you don't care about spoilers, keep listening. But if you want to preserve your first time watch of Stranger Season 1, then stop listening, and come back later. Keep listening after you've watched the show. So I don't know where you want to start, Caitlin, or what you want to say, but like I thought that oh my God, I don't even have nicknames written down for these people. So Yoo Jae-myung plays Lee Chang-jun, who is like the chief prosecutor, and then he gets promoted to the Blue House. He quits the prosecution service, and then he gets not promoted, but like affirmed into the Blue House or whatever.
Right.
And he has the crazy wife and the chaebol father-in-law.
Yep.
Right? So this guy, I always thought he was sketchy. I was like, he's for sure in on it. Like he has to be the murderer of Mr. Park, because Mr. Park is the dead body. Mr. Body. We'll call him Mr. Body.
Mr. Body. Okay.
Because he's the first body that we see. He's the murder that kind of it colors the whole show.
He's the one found in the house.
He's the one found in the house. He's the one that was stabbed to death in his own house.
Yes.
But this guy wasn't a savory character at all. He was bribing almost the entire prosecution service and providing them with women, underage girls, money, services, what you name it. He was like procuring it for them for his own gains as well as other people's gains. He was like a broker.
Yeah. Because he was using all of that as leverage in terms of blackmail if he needed to. Like
if he needed to.
He had all this information against basically anybody in leadership. On both, like, just not even the prosecution, like it was like cops, it was CEOs, it was everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody who was anybody.
He had everyone's dirty laundry.
Yeah.
So it was just a matter of time before he had a target on his back because
right, absolutely, and he knew it. That's why he was in that house. Yeah.
So Mr. Body dies, and Lee Chang-jun, the chief prosecutor, I'm just gonna call him the chief prosecutor, even though like another chief prosecutor comes in. It's very confusing, but anyway, chief prosecutor Chang-jun, he's sketchy because you think that he was like sleeping with an underage girl. They had like video footage of her going into his hotel room at like this conference that they went to and stuff like that. And he didn't sleep with her. He like swore up and down that like he didn't sleep with her. And he hated Shimok. Like you could tell that there was animosity between him and, well, not Shimok didn't give a shit, but like he hated Shimok. Didn't like that he was so righteous, that he was so proactive against like all this corruption.
Yeah.
And
well, I think he also didn't like the fact that he didn't bow down to him. Like he because Shimok didn't understand that this dude was your boss, like you needed to bow to him. You needed to shake his hand.
Yeah.
He didn't like that. He didn't like the fact that there was this guy who unintentionally, like he viewed it as intentional. He did not think, like the chief prosecutor didn't think, like, because at the time when this was going on, the chief prosecutor didn't know what actually was happening with Shimok and his head, but like he thought it was intentional. He thought Shimok was doing it in terms of like to undermine him.
Right.
So he didn't like that either. Like he, on one hand, he didn't like the fact he was like digging up all this dirt and like
he was good at his job,
but also didn't like the fact he didn't bow to him and view him as his boss. Yeah.
Didn't show him proper.
But then at the end,
respect.
you find out he kind of did at the same time. Like he did respect him at the same time.
It was interesting. I almost don't know if they did it. I don't know, because what threw me off the scent was this like holier than thou speech that he gave in like I don't think it was midway through the show, maybe like a quarter of the way through the show. He comes to like Shimok and he says like I believe in justice, I believe in the prosecution service, I didn't do this thing that you accused me of. And basically, again, I'm paraphrasing because I don't got the quote in front of me at all. He was like, I believe in the process, the justice system and stuff like that. And he did it, and his acting was so good because I believed him. I was like, I think maybe he's telling the truth, that he this is his religion. You know what I'm saying? That
I think the thing is
actually righteous.
I think that's like that. What was great about that speech is that's what he thought. He trusted the process and he trusted the system.
Right.
But he then got married to Hanjo's heiress, and that's when it went downhill. Like that's the problem. Is like he was Shimok before he got married and before he got entangled in Hanjo.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he was like, I'm fully aware that I am not the person I was before I married this person. Mm-hmm. While I love her, I have done very sketchy things and I will own up to it, quote unquote. Yeah. Shimok Shimok is the only person I can trust because I'm well aware that he is never going to take a bribe. He's never going to be corrupt. He's never going to do all that. So he literally is the only person I can trust with all this information and whatever. So I respect him. Like the thing is like he realized I might hate the guy because he never like in my mind. Way. Yeah, but I have to respect him. I have to respect his.
I gotta respect the game.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, his. Yeah. So, I mean, it was a very interesting dynamic with this character because he was Shimok before he married Hanjo, and then Hanjo got corrupted him. along with like everybody else got corrupted by
Right.
Hanjo.
It wasn't
like,
just a corruption of like deeds. It was like a corruption of his soul almost.
Yeah.
Like he felt like he betrayed his own values and his own sense of morality by marrying this person that he loves who has the devil
shitty
as a father. Like
yeah.
And that was his downfall. Like he ended up being the devil's advocate.
Yeah. And then I always love the scene when they're in the courtroom where he's like, "You're never gonna see me on trial."
Oh my god!
Because like
you'll never see me. You'll never prosecute me.
Because like I never predicted his ending. I thought he would like go on trial, and then I was like, "Oh, he was like that was foreshadowing." Like
he literally was like, "You will never catch me alive."
Right. Exactly.
And we both thought we're gonna see him alive at the end of the show. Psych. No, he ends up killing himself, which despite the fact that this was always foreshadowed, I don't like when they do this. Like I'm gonna preface this whole thing by saying I don't like when they do this. In general, in K-dramas, is that the person who has done the most wrong, who is at fault for everything.
Hold on. Do the most wrong though?
Hold on. Let me finish. So the person who is at fault, like the murderer, the rapist, or whatever, they end up killing themselves to escape consequences, punishment, what have you. I hate when that happens because then the show like moves the fuck on like quickly. They're like, okay, I guess that's done. Can't prosecute a dead person. In this case, they did it the best way possible because this person was going through internal turmoil for the better part of 20 years.
Right.
And he was like, his letter to his wife was wild, was like unhinged. He was like, Korea's on the brink of societal collapse, blah, 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 blah. Nothing's sacred. But it was like crazy. And I was like, oh my God, he for years wanted to kill himself because he felt so
trapped.
That's a great word. He felt so trapped because he loved his wife. He never cheated on her. Loved his daughter and like, but at the same time, look at everything that his father-in-law made him do, made him say yes to. And you can't like choose in Korean society, especially. I feel like that's cutting off your father-in-law.
Right. And especially
like,
in his situation, like he wasn't rich when he married the family.
No.
Like it was very apparent he came from a poor upbringing. He was like lucky to be married to her in terms of society terms. Like he could not say no to his father-in-law.
He married up.
Could not. Yeah, he married up.
To everyone else's eyes, he married up.
Yeah. And his father-in-law knew and exploited that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was foul. And there was no escape. Like his daughter was studying abroad. Like this would never happen.
Right.
If he was like, we can't be aligned with your Chaebol family. Like we have to go it alone.
Right. Yeah.
So it was undeniable that he would kill himself just to escape.
Yeah.
And make himself the scapegoat.
Yeah, but at the same time, like he revealed everything and revealed like he went out as a morally great character in my opinion.
Exactly. Because you don't know exactly what he did.
Yeah,
you did still at the end of the show you're like, what did he do?
Yeah. But
the one thing you know he did
was a whistleblower at the same time.
Yeah, he was he was a whistleblower, but you don't know exactly what he did. The only thing you know for sure is that he instigated Looney from Prison Playbook or 7-0. We'll call him 7-0 because of the tattoo.
Yeah.
He instigated 7-0 to kill Mr. Body.
Yeah.
And like orchestrated that whole thing for him.
Right.
Which means he is a murderer. Like, maybe that's it. Like, that is that the worst thing that he did, like, on paper? I don't know. They showed him, like, whining and dining with people in one of those not bars.
The sushi
host clubs,
restaurants. Yeah.
Or sushi restaurants or something. And he obviously maintained that he never cheated on his wife. So it's not like he was taking sexual favors.
Right. Yeah.
But, like, what else did he do? Like, I think it was all paper. I think he was all doing stuff on paper.
Yeah, it was all about, like, money.
Yeah.
It was all
Maybe
about...
he was laundering money.
Like, it was all had to do with that town or city that they were, like, building.
Yeah.
And he was basically funneling money through it. He was basically laundering money. Like,
yeah, he was laundering
money through it. And then also all of these people, because he was so high up, he got some people off the hook in terms of crimes and in terms of that too. So, like,
which to me,
he helped people through the system.
It wouldn't be so bad if he was a defense attorney,
right? Mm-hmm.
Unless he was doing something illegal, like, you know, altering evidence and, like, you know what I'm saying, like paying
what
people off.
Well, he was,
and that I think
like,
was part of it.
Yeah,
plus, he was on the wrong side. Plus, he was on the prosecution service side. So it's just bad.
Yeah.
But again, they don't go into detail about what he did so wrong. But anyway, he kills himself. And I think it was done the best way possible. This is terrible to say, like, that the suicide was done in the most tasteful way. Mm-hmm. I think it was presented in the most tasteful way.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but you were taken aback.
Well, at the first time I'd ever watched this, I just didn't predict it, even though they foreshadowed it. Like, so it made sense for the character after it happened. Like, I totally agreed why they went direction they did with his character, but just the first time watching it, I never predicted that he would be... Like, I knew very early on he was a bad guy. Like, he was one of the people involved. But, like, I just didn't predict he was the lesser of evils compared to other people. And B, like, while it made sense in hindsight, like, I never predicted that he would just go and kill himself. But because the surroundings of why he killed himself and, like, how he did it and what came afterwards made sense in hindsight. But it's in terms of just, like, I didn't predict it happening.
I think he was also he found himself so reprehensible, and the fact that he could have been on trial in the very courtroom that he so respected,
right,
it would have broken him.
Yeah.
And it would have been so embarrassing for him to have led the prosecution service as a chief prosecutor, and then it comes out, all this shit comes out, and then he's on trial. I think it would have ruined him internally and his whole life. It would have imploded his whole life. So he knew, like, it couldn't go down like that.
Right. Yeah. And I think another thing that he did it is, like, he revealed all this dirt that he had recorded in all those meetings and whistleblown. Yeah. He knew if he didn't kill himself, somebody would.
Oh yeah,
like he would never have survived.
And it would have been his father-in-law.
Yeah, it would have been something his father-in-law did, and he never would have survived it. So he was like, I'd rather go out in my own way and do my own thing.
Yeah, have the agency over it
versus knowing I'll be killed 2 months from now. Yeah.
Is crazy.
And that way he got all the information out too. Like he didn't have to be the Mr. Body with all this leverage because he, like, it was all out and everybody's dirt was there and
all the recordings and the paperwork and everything.
Yeah.
So his wife, I want to touch briefly on his wife because I saw her. I was like, where is she from? I haven't watched Sky Castle yet. That is later in season 5.
Nice.
Just
I have not watched that either.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, first time for everybody. So his wife, I watched her in Snowdrop, and when I realized that I had watched her in Snowdrop, I had like a full body chills. So the wife, I found her so cool because you couldn't tell if she was good or bad. You couldn't tell if she was out here trying to kill mistresses,
Right.
or if she was just suspicious of the people that could be his mistress. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So it turns out that she wasn't killing mistresses.
Right.
She was just going to lay eyes on them.
Yeah. She was just curious.
Yeah.
She has
in
a
the
bigger
wrong place
role
at
in
the wrong
season 2.
Yeah, I saw that she was like top billing in season 2. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So she also, I was like, we need to talk more about the conversation that the wife has with Doona at that awkward dinner.
Yep.
That she tries to host with the investigation crew.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what is this? This is like, I could write a thesis on this. Because the dynamic, it was like two lionesses in a room together. And everyone else was just, they were like zebras. Like, they had no, they had no say. They didn't matter. Because Doona, like, she is so, I don't know how to describe this conversation because I don't have the conversation in front of me, but you know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like the one where the wife is like, oh, it's so weird to see a female cop.
Yeah.
Like it starts like that. And Doona's like, yeah, like I'm a female cop. Like what of it?
Mm-hmm.
And it turns into like this housewife versus working woman thing.
Right.
And
it was a class
feminism
thing. It was
versus
a class
traditional. Thing. Yeah. Feminism versus trad wife thing.
Yeah.
And classism thing.
Yeah.
All together.
Right. I think in one way it was just due to the upbringing that the wife had and the fact that her father probably catered to her every need. She somehow thought that she could host this dinner with the team and either get information somehow from them or manipulate them into not pursuing the case or whatever. And then the fact that Shimuk and Doona like do not accept bribe. Like nobody in that room did, but like it was like it became very apparent very quickly that she was not going to get her way, and she needed to keep up this facade of a perfect housewife while hosting this, even though you could tell she was like fuming inside. Yeah. So I think that's how I interpreted that scene, where like she was trying to either get information or basically tell them to knock it off and leave this alone. And then quickly realized that was not going to happen. And
it's
I
all
think
of this
she
wrapped up in one
and I think the other
conversation.
thing is because she literally was talking directly to Doona because she was the only other female in the room. So she felt, I think she could.
She thought she would get something out of her, like some
she
sort
thought
of.
She could manipulate the only female.
Right, that they would have some sort of camaraderie or like girl. You know what I'm saying? Like they would connect.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. It was like oil and water.
Yeah.
And the way that her face changes when, I can't even remember what Doona said, but like her face like changes and falls. Mm-hmm. And she looks like she's about to kill Doona.
She like made a joke. Like Doona made a joke.
Doona made a joke.
She said something, and Doona, being Doona, like her character just was like, and it wasn't even her character was trying to get back at her. She just like made a joke.
Yeah,
trying
she
to,
made,
I
like,
think,
a
kind of like trying to like
comment.
Like cut the the tension in the room because everybody could tell there was it. So she like made a joke trying to like cut the tension. And then the wife didn't like it because it obviously made her look bad. And it was
insulting.
Yeah, it was insulting. Yeah.
Oh my God. I loved it.
Yeah.
I was eating up that messy drama. It was so tense. Like nobody wanted to be there, but they can't say no because it's the chief prosecutor's wife. You know, it's all of these politics, right? Like these relationship politics that are happening.
Right. And I think the prosecutor also invited them over because he thought he could do the same thing. Like, get information and either tell them to knock it off. And obviously that also didn't happen. So, yeah.
So let's move forward and talk about the weasel, which is Lee Jun-hyuk. His character's name is Dong-jae. Like, that guy, like, fuck that guy, bro. Like,
he's getting a spin-off, so.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's the show that's coming out this year. He's getting a spin-off.
Oh my god.
And no one really knows if it's a prequel or a sequel or something. I'm assuming it's like a spin-off. But yeah, it's literally going to be his story in the spin-off.
Oh my god. This guy's the worst. The worst. He is super
He's
weaselly.
the lovable worst, though.
No, he choked out homegirl Eunsu. Like, when he choked her almost to the point of death, I was like, yeah, you're done. We can't root for you anymore. You almost killed a woman in an alley.
Right.
Over actually nothing at all. She just said, I'm not going to let you get away with something. Like, she just goaded him in the street, which she was stupid for that.
Right.
But no sense at all, that man. He had no sense. And he was fully taking bribes, taking everything. They had all of this evidence on him, and then he was like, why don't you just let me go and I'll help you out? And then he becomes like this quasi ally for the last half of the show.
Yep.
I cannot believe they let him back onto the prosecution.
I mean, they didn't really have anything on him specifically. He was a small fish. Like, they used him basically, and he knew he was going to be used, so he took that to his advantage. Like, they had bigger fish to fry.
But him tampering with evidence with the phone?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not saying
like
he's a gray character. He's a very gray character. Like, he's not a good guy. But
no.
they were like, there's bigger fish to fry. We need him to get evidence of other people. We need him to do this. Like, that's also his character, though. Like, he's not loyal to anybody. Like, the minute either people are going after him or he is going to get fried, he switches sides. And that's his character. That's his characters through and through. Especially in season 1. But that's the fun of his character.
I hate it. He is fun. He is fun, but also so annoying.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah. He's a lovable, annoying character. I love him. He's so good.
Because you think he might have murdered someone earlier in the show. You think he might have murdered the girl, the hooker. And then you're like, maybe not. And then you're like, well, maybe he did. Like, you're flip-flopping back and forth. Like,
right.
Then you find out maybe he didn't murder her, but why the fuck does he have her phone?
Right.
And it's like this whole back and forth. And this goes for every single sketchy character in the show, like, that you're unsure of.
Right.
Every single person besides the lead 2 characters, this is how it goes for the whole show. You're like, maybe
there was a time where you were like, is Shimuk actually a good guy, though? Like, that's the beauty of this show, too. Like, because he is so reserved and so closed off, for a couple episodes, even him is looking a little sketchy until everything's revealed. But,
craziness.
Yeah, Dong-jae is
craziness.
He's so good.
Dong-jae. So when he choked out Eunsu, that's when I was like, you're done. You're done. And then he was like, oh my God, is she alive? Is she alive? Oh, thank God she's alive. I'm like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, you suck. What a punk.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Eunsu, who's played by Shin-hye-sun, I found her so annoying as well because she just didn't have, like, street smarts.
She didn't. Yeah.
Didn't have street smarts.
Yeah, I also found her quite annoying in the first watch. Like,
and she was just like banging her head against the wall and not really realizing, oh, I have a concussion. You know what I'm saying?
Or
like she was like,
yeah, and then like she would run off and like follow people without telling anybody.
Just so reckless.
Like, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming with her.
Yeah. So when they were like, it was a possibility at the end of the show, we get a second body. Finally, we have a second body.
Yeah.
And it's in the hooker's house. So it's either the hooker who went missing at the hospital or it's someone else. And when they're not saying who it is, I'm like, it's Eunsu. It's Eunsu. It's got to be Eunsu.
Right.
And lo and behold, they like uncover the the blanket that they put on her, and there she is.
Yep.
She's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just flew too close to the sun there. Just not that she deserved it. I'm saying like she. I can't believe
Well,
it.
I mean, like,
I was like,
I think you knew the minute you saw the 07, she was a goner.
Marked for death.
You knew.
She saw the tattoo.
Like, how did you feel about that reveal?
Oh, that was the worst one to me. that was the one that I sent you. I think I sent
I was
you.
waiting for that.
I sent
was
you
waiting.
a voice memo. I was like screaming in the voice memo because they ended the episode like that.
Right.
That he. So we're talking about Sewon 7-0, Looney from Prison Playbook, EQ Hyung, that guy. 7-0. You thought he was an ally. You thought he was just kind of like a straight-laced internal affairs dude that
had great
taken
chemistry with Bae Doona.
Great chemistry with everybody on the show, on the investigation team, and a really good investigator. And he was very supportive, very helpful. Girl, when that juice or whatever fell on his shirt and it turned see-through and you could see the tattoo, I was like, oh my god, is that a 7-0?
Yep.
Is that a 7-0 on this man's body? And sure enough, it looks like it's not a 7-0, but it looks like a 7-0.
Yeah.
I started hyperventilating. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Is he the killer? Has he been the killer the whole time?
Right.
The whole time?
Yep.
The whole time he's right there.
Yep.
Embedded. So there was no rebounding from that. I couldn't handle it. That was
and then you got
very
that
surprising.
wonderful scene in the airport, which that was the scene when I texted you and I was like, I need to put this scene on my social media, but I can't do it yet because she hasn't gotten to the
airport
scene.
is amazing. It
him
is
and Bae
astonishing.
Doona, like him, like over Bae Doona, one of my favorite scenes in season 1.
It is such. It should go down as like in the pantheon of chase scenes in K-drama. Like that is a really good chase scene, and he's plowing through police officers like nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Like they're made of cardboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's truly gifted. That man is that's truly gifted criminal. So I enjoyed the heck out of that reveal. I was super entertained. And yeah, it spirals out of control because then after they figure out he's the killer, is he the killer of Mr. Body alone? Is he the killer of also Eunsu? Did he attempt to kill the hooker as well? Like what's the extent of this?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It goes pretty fast from there. Once they catch him, it goes pretty fast from there at the end of the show.
Right.
Now, my only guess, and I'll tell you, this was straight wrong, was that Kyungwon, who is Mr. Body's son, I thought he was the killer. I thought that he killed his dad. And that didn't happen at all.
Nope.
I especially thought he was suspicious because he was running from police and shit, and he was deleting photos of the hooker from his phone.
Right. Because he had a crush on her in high school.
And then his dad like hired her to be this underage hooker. It was nuts. It was nuts.
It was nuts.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bedlam. So he had motive for killing his dad, and then he ended up not killing his dad.
Yeah.
But this came up recently, and I can't remember. Oh, Reset. When we did our Drama Trio Reset review, and we were spoilers for Reset. That C-drama. I'm going to try and make this as non-spoiler as possible, but at the end of that show, we figure out who is the assailant.
Right.
The bomber on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, look, it kind of gives, because of the reason for why they were doing that, it kind of gave them a license, anybody who was in that same situation, a license to kill.
Yes.
Right? Because of that crazy, sad backstory and the situation that they were in.
Right.
And in this very similar case, for Seo-won 7-0, he lost his son in this fiery bus crash, and it was completely heartbreaking to hear the story coming from him when he was being interrogated by Siwon. And he was saying, like, I looked into the situation, and it was, you know, basically a big corruption case, a big cover-up.
Right.
And my son died for nothing, like unnecessarily. Like it was not an accident. It was negligence.
Yes. Yes.
And what Bae Doona's character ended up saying to him was that anybody who's lost a child can do what you did then. Like they have a license to anybody. There's so many people who have gone through terrible, wrongful situations. And does that mean they can start killing people?
Right.
Yeah. And the answer is overwhelmingly, profoundly no.
No. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's no. Like, it's this level of vigilante justice, like, where does it end? It's a slippery slope.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what she was saying.
In his case, it wasn't one person, too. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's not like
systemic.
Yeah, it's not like he just like went and killed the driver. He like killed the people who didn't fix the bus. He killed the person who hid the people who didn't fix the bus. Like it was like a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I found that really important, like that she said that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to say I don't have anything in my notes. Look, I have no notes. But
so what did you think in terms of like, what did you think of Bae Doona and Shimuk's like first encounter together? Because they technically two encounters, I'll say. One is like when they're chasing after the suspect and like they both meet each other and they both are like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're a prosecutor, I'm a cop, like, we're chasing the same guy, what the heck? And like, they go through all the alleys and everything, and then Bae Doona like is up on that second floor or whatever, and the guy like jumps down and then Shimuk's there. So like, what did you think of that meeting? And then the other meeting was like when they're in the guy's house, like the Mr. Body's house, and she comes around the corner and Shimuk's like this there with a knife. Like in his own world, like trying to figure out scenarios of how this dude could get killed. Like, what did you think of those two scenes?
I like the meet cute of them chasing the same suspect, and then he takes the suspect and like leaves her high and dry, and all of her colleagues are like, why the hell did you let the prosecutor take the perp? Like, that's bizarre. You both chased him. And then that moment that she sees him.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Whipping around this kitchen knife, this giant kitchen knife.
Yes.
Trying to recreate the scene and figure out what possibly happened in the amount of time that the perp had to do it, to do the murder.
Right.
Is fun. I thought that was hysterical. Yeah. And I know it's not meant to be hysterical. You're supposed to be surprised. You're supposed to be like, oh no, she's seeing him, like, figure it out. And there's no context for her. And he's not going to explain anything because he doesn't give a shit. And he doesn't realize that he looks like a lunatic. And
and that like speaks to his character in general. Like he does that a lot in like where it's like he imagines himself. Like this is a trope in crime dramas. You have these characters that kind of imagine himself as the criminal. He does that a lot in both seasons. So it's like you imagine him like just being in a room with him and he's just standing there imagining things the entire time.
Oh my god. Yeah. Also, I enjoyed the red herring of like this. What was it? I think it was a USB drive with evidence on it of tax evasion of the Chaebol family. That the ousted, I don't know, what was he like? Because this was Eunsu's dad.
Yeah, he was the previous chief prosecutor.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah.
So the previous chief prosecutor, that old man, he had all this evidence and he was hiding it for 3 years. And then Eunsu got murdered and they thought it was because she had this evidence on her. She like specifically went to get this USB drive and bring it to Shimok to help the case.
Right.
And she gets slaughtered. I love the red herring that this was kind of like building up and we were wondering what's going to happen to this USB drive. When is Shimok going to get his hands on it? He was requesting this evidence for the longest time from the old man and he wasn't giving it up. And then finally she gets murdered and you think, oh no, the bad guys have the evidence. They have this USB drive. Finally, they got their hands on it and it didn't even matter. They were like, get rid of all her shit. Like it doesn't even factor in to the overall story, this tax evasion evidence.
Right.
It's so fun. I thought that was I love that red herring.
Well, then even with her character, because you have these scenes throughout where it's like you don't even know if she's a good person for the longest time. Like there was that like coffee scene where he like goes and like sees like the footage talking to the guy, talking to the Mr. Body, and she's the one talking to him.
She was the last person to see him alive.
Yeah, so you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, did she have her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend murder him?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It was good. I liked it. Again, everyone is morally gray. No one is safe from being suspicious, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it ended on a interesting note. You thought he was going to America to tour every single state. I was like, that sounds like torture. They said he was going to every single, what was it, like state
it was
department?
Like state, yeah, it was like prosecution department or something.
When they said he was going to all 50, I was like, oh my God.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah. Somebody stop him.
Yeah. I just love the fact that like going back to like Shimok and like Bae Doona's relationship, like
yeah.
I love that she kind of like once they got over the fact that like of like the realizing they have to work together, she kind of just like pops up in red of like in his office, for example. He'll like walk in and she's like sleeping on the chair.
Yeah,
because she's been waiting
but
for
then
him.
he lets her keep sleeping.
Exactly. Yeah, like
she's tired.
It's like those moments where it's like it's funny how like going back to the Sherlock Holmes Watson thing, like it was like he didn't say anything. He didn't like request that her like to be in his life or anything. But she kind of was just like, I'm gonna barge in on your life and kind of just be there all the time.
Yeah.
And like, what did you think of that whole? Well, two things. So there was like the suit in his house. Like, what did you think of that whole scene? Like, because like what I liked about this is like we touched on it was like found family. It was like it started with Bae Doona and then it brought into her other cop buddy, and then it was Eunsu, and then it was like the assistants, and then it was 07, and then it was the other guy. What's his other guy name? Yeah. So it was like a bunch of them, right? So like he
the
walks
HR
in-
specialist.
Yeah, he walks in on this suit and he calls her. Very deadpan is like,
oh yeah,
you should come over here.
Okay, so the suit that we're talking about is that someone illegally entered his house while he wasn't there, and literally chopped up a suit of his and hung it up by a noose.
Yeah, and like when the lights were off, you thought it was a person. Like and then you turn on the lights and you realize it was a suit, but it looked like and hanging body. So like he calls up Doona and Doona's like, what? And like runs over, but not only her, like everybody runs over to his house.
It's her and the other cop, the one that gave the evidence to the police chief.
Yeah. So also the police chief kind of like the first watch I was annoyed by the police chief a lot.
He's wrong. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, not that police chief, not the one that went on trial. The one,
no, the
boss,
other one,
the boss guy.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. We never got a resolution for him.
No, and you don't really in season 2. Like he's a little more in season 2, but like in season 2, it's the same thing, kind of.
We have squinty eyes over here because we're just like.
But I just love the fact like those moments that you like live for is like. They all come racing over and you're like, are you okay? Are you okay?
He's
blah,
like,
blah,
I'm
blah.
fine.
Yeah.
And then they look at it and they're like, it's much, much worse than you said over the phone.
Yeah.
I
like,
love
are
that.
you okay staying here? He's like, yeah, I'm totally okay staying here. And they're like,
Yeah,
are
fine.
you sure about that? What the hell? Yeah. And then the other thing is like, what did you think about his whole head situation?
I thought this was a convenient thing that they kept pushing was every time he was in a stressful situation, he would get these, it was like tinnitus or something, and loud ringing in his ears or something.
Yeah.
I thought they would bring it up more often and it would come into play in situations, high stakes situations, but it really didn't. It came into play like 3-4 times in the whole show, and it started the show because he stops traffic because he has one of these episodes, and you see him kind of come to, and he's backed up an entire bridge because he's pulled over, which he could have just gone off the bridge entirely, like having one of these episodes, but he had the wherewithal to stop and park the car in the middle of the street. And then he wakes up and just keeps on going towards Mr. Body's house, which is when all hell breaks loose. I don't know. I think they could have utilized it more, but when it came in, you were like, oh, right. He has this recurring thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
These
And that
side
was one of the
effects.
things I wish they had. Like, it was heartbreaking to see Doona's character find out, like, what was going on.
Yeah.
Because
she goes
even
to the hospital.
I still remember the line where, because it was like right after they found Unsu when he had the big episode,
and he goes to the autopsy.
Yeah,
which everyone was like, "Why are you serious? You're gonna go to the autopsy of Unsu?"
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." And right after the autopsy, he collapses.
Right. Yeah, and so like the line that she comes in and is like. She sees him on the bed and she's like, can we stop seeing people in this way? Or like, can we like, this is too much or something like that. Like, I interpreted that as like her saying what Simuk wanted to say. Like, cause we fully know like with his reaction to Unsu, like, that was like
his body's reaction.
Yeah. So like the whole point of especially like the really bad episode he had was like he could not express how guilty and how much regret he had and how much like feelings he had towards Unsu and the death. He saw it as it was his fault, like fully, and he couldn't express that whatsoever. So that caused his entire episode to him like going like falling down in the hallway and everything, because that was the culmination of all of these emotions being built up for the last 12 hours, 24 hours or whatever. But yeah, like her character walking in and basically saying what he wanted to say in a way, and having that feelings of expression that he wanted to do.
I didn't take it that way. I thought it was sort of her sentiment.
Well, it was
for the whole situation, plus seeing Shimok like that.
Yeah, it was. But I think, I interpreted it was. I interpreted it was her, but also I interpreted it as like she was translating him as well.
I like that. I like that double meaning.
And then one of my favorite scenes in the entire show is the funeral scene. Where he explodes,
bro. Thanks for bringing
one
that
of the
up.
best
Yes.
acting scenes I've ever seen him do, because it's just
oh my god,
you don't
he
expect
screaming.
it. Yeah, it starts screaming, starts getting really angry. You don't expect it. Like obviously, no one expected it because he's never done that before. But it's
he
just
doesn't
like
raise his voice.
And like at that point, the chief prosecutor, like the guy who committed suicide at the end of the show, like knows about his condition and knows like what led to his condition. So like you kind of could tell he was a little scared in that scene too.
Yeah, he was like, I think we need to go.
What this dude did when he did get angry before he had the filter of the surgery. So if people don't understand, like, so Shimok's character, the reason why he got the surgery to basically got a lobotomy in a way, is because he had some violent outbursts, like really violent outbursts when he was a child and in school. And they just couldn't do anything to quell those emotions. And he couldn't express them very well and couldn't. It was just like, he couldn't control them. So they basically gave him a lobotomy. They removed parts of his frontotemporal lobe, which is where your personality is. Right.
It's who you are. And that is how he turned into who he is today.
Yeah. And so they explained it in the show where there are times where, because he cannot process that anymore, like, and when he was a child, he was over processing stuff and couldn't control them. But now it's the other way around, where like he still has those emotions. They're just very, very, very deep within him, and his body cannot process those emotions. And when he becomes too stressed or has too many emotions of these built up, and his brain cannot comprehend them and can't find a reasonable way to quell them and to make him understand, he has these episodes. And so in the funeral scene, I think it was a combination of him, again, feeling regret himself and being guilty himself, but also getting really angry that, like, basically everybody who led to her death, because he fully knows there's somebody in the room that did kill her, kind of just like talking business in the funeral. Like, they were very disrespectful at this funeral. And he got angry because no one was saying anything. And he finally just was like, are you kidding me? So I love that scene. It was one of my favorite scenes.
Well, the father, her dad, the OG chief prosecutor, started going for the Blue House chief prosecutor Chang Jun, who showed up, which bad form to show up when it's so sketchy your involvement in this whole thing.
They do it all the time though, gripe shows. They do it all the time.
I'm sure. But, and so he shows up to the funeral.
Well, even the father-in-law was there, which I always never was like, I was like, why? Like, there's no reason for the father-in-law to be there. Like, he didn't know Eunsu. He didn't.
Yeah. So Eunsu's dad goes feral on his ass. And it's like, you killed my daughter. How can you be here? And he like takes his cane and like tries to hit him, and it hits Dongjae, which thank God it hits Dongjae. Like, he needs to be hit. And then like, fuck that dude. And and that's when, because it's very, I think he got overstimulated also, like Shimok in this situation. And he goes, all right, like, then he starts screaming at everybody. Yeah. And the dad. And he says, like, why didn't you do anything when you had the chance?
Right. Yeah. And I think,
like,
again,
did you think you were hiding the truth for your family? Because look what's happened.
Yeah. And that speaks to Shimuk's character because, again, we said he's very blunt about anything. Like, he has no filter whatsoever.
To blame her father for her death at her funeral.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Yeah, that's just something you don't do. And
Balls.
again, I think that scene also was him realizing it was also his fault. Like, he has always, I mean, you'll see this in season 2. It's a ongoing thing. He'll bring up Unsu in season 2 as well, where it's like, you fully know he regrets what he did with this character. Like,
Yeah,
and
deep regret.
the thing is with this character is like, she, even though we did find her annoying a little bit, like, she tried to work with him. She tried to
she was just
help
desperate.
him out. And she had her own agenda and own motives to do that too, but he also was like...
And he didn't trust that.
Yeah,
he didn't trust that she had an agenda.
And he also was trying to protect her at the same time. It wasn't all just like he didn't trust her. He also was like, if you get involved in this, something's going to happen.
Dangerous.
And I don't want you to have that. But on the other hand, in hindsight, you kind of see that he thought he should have involved her because at least she would have been more safe. Like, in hindsight, I think he realized she would have been
part
more
of a bigger
safe.
group.
And
she wouldn't have been alone.
Exactly. So the funeral scene, I think, was also him kind of yelling at himself and realizing that all these people in the room led to her death, but he also could not be completely absolved of the reason why he was dead.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
And I love that scene. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
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 Well, did you have anything else in your notes? I don't have anything at all.
So you have a question that in here that I've always loved. The OSTs for this drama. And season 2. Like, I woke up this morning because I finished season 2 like 2 days ago. I still have season 2 OST in my head. I absolutely love the music of this. Like, not even the OSTs. I love the background instrumental of this. Like, whenever there's like
the score.
When there's like something revealed, or like at the
I can
very
hear the
end,
the
violins,
line
like it's
in
like
my head.
Like the drums come in, and
I hear it right now. It's good.
Love that. Like,
it's very
one
epic.
of my favorite background musics of all time. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
it's very good. Great point. It's not even OST, it's just score.
It's score. Yeah, it's the score.
Yeah.
It's a memorable score. It's like one of those things where it's like, the OSTs
if I hear it, I'll be like, oh my God, stranger.
Exactly. And season 2 kept the same thing. Like, you'll see that it's the same, like, they have different OSTs, but it's the same, like, score. Played differently. Like, it's the same concept. Like, they have the same, like, violins and drums and everything, but it's differently sounded in a way, but it's familiar.
Okay.
But yeah, I absolutely love the instrumental backgrounds of this. I mean, I like the OSTs too, but like,
nice,
hands down, one of my favorite scores in a drama ever.
I love that. I'll say the last thing that I have on my mind is Shimuk shows the wife, the chief prosecutor's widow, the suicide note that he leaves behind for her. It's with him because he left it for Shimuk to give to her.
Right.
And she reads it because she comes in so hot, like guns blazing. She goes, I'm going to take you down. There's not going to be anything left. Like, she talks such a big game. And then he doesn't say shit to her. He just goes and gives her the note.
Right.
He gives her the letter. She reads it and she doesn't say anything. She just gets up and leaves.
Yes.
Which I found so appropriate.
Yeah.
She's just like, you know what? My husband had his head on straight, as a matter of fact. And you know what? I think I'm a little bit embarrassed. I'm going to leave because there's nothing to take down here. This is exactly what he wanted. Was this whole investigation.
Yeah. Well, and the fact is, like, she realized, because, I mean, one of the reasons why she came in hot is because she fully blamed Shimuk for her husband's death.
That's what she said, that you killed him.
And in season 2, she still thinks this a little bit, but like there's things said to her in season 2 that kind of writes her even more. But like, I think obviously reading that suicide note, she knows, like, because in the suicide note, he's like, Shimuk is the only person I trusted. Like, and I think that also kind of irked her a little because she
didn't
realized,
even trust her.
she realized
because he could have left all that stuff with her,
exactly,
but he didn't.
Yeah, which like says a lot about their relationship and his relationship with him and things like that. Yeah.
It's bad. It was toxic. He might have loved her, but it was toxic. Anyway, I think that's it. Like, did you have anything else you wanted to say before we get out of here?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. Well, this was wonderful. As you can see, we had a fantastic time watching Stranger Season 1, and we will very likely be back for Stranger Season 2 to talk that through. Caitlin's already done the hard work and rewatched Season 2. I have about 15 and a half episodes to watch before I'm done. But it'll happen. It'll happen this year for sure. We would love to hear from you guys. If you have watched Stranger and you want to hear more from us, talk to me, but obviously talk to Caitlin because Caitlin's watched it twice now.
3 times.
3 times. Oh my God.
Because I rewatched this when season 2 came out. So this was my third time rewatching season 1.
Third time rewatching season 1. So where can we find you online, Caitlin, in case people haven't listened to the Drama Trio episodes or Flower of Evil or Something in the Rain or all the episodes that you're on?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter under NoSleep4Dramas. I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok though. So yeah. Or you can go and listen to my podcast or blog. Like
exactly.
Either one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's been our show. I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.